scholars. Today we are going to be continuing to explore what it means to add using a place value chart, but also um, using the vertical form. So last week a lot of you were getting really good at this. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it more challenging. So the problems that are at the problems that will be on your work will look like this, where it will have a 3-digit number and a 2-digit number to add together. Now, the reason that this is a little bit more challenging is because usually when we stack our numbers and we have 2 digits in each number, it's very easy to stack them because we can just go like 38 plus 14. Okay, and in vertical form, that makes a whole lot of sense because then here's our ones place and here's our tens place, and they're stacked perfectly right on top of each other. Okay, this gets a little bit more complicated when we added one number that has a hundreds place while the other number doesn't. So when we line this up in vertical form, we need to be so careful to put the digits in the right place. So if this is my ones place in my hundreds, in my 3-digit number, then what I know is that the ones from this number need to be lined up from the ones with the ones from that number. So I'm going to place that right here, and then my tens will be lined up with my tens place in the other number as well. And then I just put the plus sign over to the side and draw my line underneath. So I read it like this: 127 plus 14, and then I read this line like the word equals because my answer goes below it. Okay, so now I've aligned my vertical form, and I am going to be a mathematician and be very careful as I add these two numbers into my place value chart. Okay, I will do my first number in orange. So I'm going to count it out: 100, 110, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127. Okay, so now I am sure, let me zoom in a little bit, that I have the first number written in my chart. But I know that addition means that I need to put the second number in there and then put them all together. So let's look at this number and investigate how I would write that. Well, I have 110 and 4 ones. So I'm going to go ahead and put 110 and 4 ones. Okay, when you're doing this in your work, if you decide to do this on a separate sheet of paper, don't forget to label your chart. Okay, just in case that was what you decided to do instead of filling out the work that's posted in Seesaw. Okay, we are going to explore what to do next. Now I know addition means I'm counting it up all together, and I always start from my ones place. So I come over here, I look at that, I see that's 7 already. I know it takes 1, 2, 3 more to fill in that whole tens frame. It's so good that I lined them up so precisely so that I was definitely able to think, I only need 3 more from down here to create a new 10. Okay, so then I'm going to make sure that that new 10 goes into the proper place, which is the tens place. I like to just make it look a little bit different so I remember that that's my new 10 that I created. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, how do I show this in my vertical form? Oh, well, 7 plus 4 was what I did over here. But instead of leaving all 11 dots over here, I took 10 of them and put it into my tens place below. Okay. See how I did it at the bottom? I'm also going to do that at the bottom in my vertical form. I can't forget that that's a 1 right there. Okay, and then I look over here and I see that I have 1 left. Okay, all right, now let's check this out. I only have 4 tens. Let's see how that matches my vertical form. Oh my gosh, it makes so much sense. There's 2 tens, 2 tens, 1 10, 1 10, and then that new 10 that I just created, I wrote it below, so that's another 10. That means 2 plus 1 more is going to be 4 tens in all. Okay, and then I'm just left with my 100. I didn't change that at all. So now I am sure that my answer is 141. Okay, awesome. I was so careful. I'm just going to recount for a second. 100, and that's 2 tens, and that's 7 ones. Yep, that's 1 10, 4 ones. Awesome. I did so well. I was very careful. Did I really scoop up 10 ones in here? Let me make sure. Well, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did. Okay, so I know that I was able to trade that for a new 10. Absolutely. That makes complete sense. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to put my totals down here too. That's 1, 1, 4 tens, and 100. So my answer was 141 in both of my strategies. Okay, so I'm going to show another one over here. So this problem is a little bit trickier because it says solve using the algorithm. Whenever it says that, algorithm means the vertical form where you just write the numbers on top of each other. You can also call this the vertical algorithm. Fancy math word today. Okay. To solve using that algorithm, remember we need to stack the numbers. Write a number sentence for the problem modeled on the place value chart. Oh my goodness, it doesn't give me the numbers, so I have to create the problem that would go with this chart. Okay, so I have to look really closely. What did this person do? Well, it looks like this person built a number on top like me. And then they built another number on the bottom over here. I don't think this was in their original number because look, that's just what they traded or regrouped or bundled together when they got 10 ones in there. So I think my first number in my equation is the dots up here. It's represented by those dots. The second number in my equation will be represented by these dots down here. Okay, so let's count them up. 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. Okay, I'm going to keep that. So I'm thinking 140. So I'm going to just label that real quick so I don't forget. And then I'm going to count these and just put it together with the ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so it's 148. That's the number that's at the top of my chart. Awesome. Okay, and then I'm going to add on the number at the bottom of my chart. And this one only has 2 digits because really it only has tens and ones. It doesn't have anything in the hundreds place down there. Okay, so let's see. 2 tens, that makes 20. 10, 20. That's 5 more, so 25, 26. Now I know when I write it, I need to make sure I show my tens under my tens and my ones under my ones. Okay, this would be the equation to go, or the algorithm to go with this chart. Write a number sentence for the problem model on the place value chart. I did that, but it also really wanted me to solve the problem now. Okay, so I'm going to again match my place value chart to the algorithm. So I go 8 plus 6. Well, I know 8 plus 6. Let's see. If I put 2 more with the 8 from the 6, that's going to be 10. And then what's the other part of 6 that is still left? Just 4. Okay, so that just helps me think sometimes if I note that on the side that these make a 10 and then I have 4 left. So that's 14. Okay, let's see if that lines up with what's in here. This is 8 and then 2 more. Yeah, right there, 8 and the 2, that made 10. And then there was 4 more, which was 14. Okay, but we can't put 14. We can never put more than 9 in each place in a number. Oh yeah, of course I do what they did over here. I make sure to regroup or bundle up my 10 to make sure that it goes into my tens place. Okay, so let's do that. I just have 4 left from the number 14, and then I put the new 10 here. Look, it looks like the number 14. 110, that's this inside of their chart, and 4 ones that are left. Now it looks just like my chart. Awesome. Then we have 4 plus 2 plus 1. 4 plus 2 plus 1. 4 plus 2 is 6, and then 1 more makes 7. Then we have 1 with nothing. So that will just stay the same at 1. Okay, awesome. Let's see. There's also on your paper going to be a multi-step word problem. Okay, so you are going to solve it using the similar strategy to what I just showed you up here. I want to see a place value chart, and then I want to see you trying to do your vertical form, and if you make any new tens, they need to be placed right underneath your tens place. So on this side, I don't like the way I wrote this as much as the other side. Do you know why? Because I had to squish that 1 in there. So when you write your vertical form, do a little bit more like this example. That looks so much better. I left a little bit more space so that if I needed to make a new 10, I could just sneak my new 10 in there without it looking too squished. Okay, just a tip for making it look really neat so that you get the correct answer without making a silly mistake. I'm very excited to see how you do.